Hello everybody and welcome to Jakarta, Indonesia. This is the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, game day 4 Group A, and the battle between Indonesia and Thailand. Well, Thailand looking to do the double over Indonesia here in Jakarta, which of course it was one of the host venues for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023, along with Okinawa and the two venues in Manila. So you can see that in this Group A, Australia winning over Thailand handsomely in the first game in this window, and Indonesia falling to Korea. Now Australia have won against Korea, so they have clinched their place at the FIBA Asia Cup. And these two teams now getting ready to trade blows. Thailand coming into this game in third place. Indonesia down at the bottom at 0-3. Well, there's a very real possibility that Thailand are going to encounter a much better Indonesia team, one that only lost, as you saw by that score, by 8 points against Korea. And in fact, Indonesia led in that game until about 7.5 minutes remaining, and that was when Korea finally made their breakthrough and ended up pulling away for a win. For Thailand, well, it's a team that will have that does have now a familiar face. If you follow German basketball, Martin Breunig, he's joined the team and is a solid addition to Eduardo Torres's squad. And I don't think anybody was surprised by the performance by Australia against Thailand. You're talking about two different levels, but this should be a much more competitive game for them. And the question is, will they get the win now that they're in hostile territory playing here against Brandon Juwato and Indonesia? We saw how Indonesia thrived when they hosted the FIBA Asia Cup just a couple of years ago. Of course, they had a couple of different players in that team. Nevertheless, Indonesia is becoming one of the basketball centers of Asia. This amazing venue can only help as it tries to build something special in terms of its national team in the future. So now they're trying to lay the foundation to have an improved national team. Obviously, a lot of work going into the domestic league. Anthony Bean coming out, in addition to this team, taking over the naturalized spot, and no doubt will be one of the main players for Indonesia, who are coached by Johannes Wienar. Right now, we're going to have a pause for the playing of the national anthems. So the national anthems have been played. Thailand and Indonesia meet at mid-court, both the players and the coaches. Brandon Jawado going up and shaking hands with Freddie Lish. Freddie Lish, the second leading scorer in that team at 16.7 points per game. Referees from Japan, Hong Kong, China, and China. Daigo Urishima, Chun Yip Yun, and John Sun. And Martin Breunig brings some quality to this Thai lineup. He is now in the qualifiers their leading rebounder after one game at 8.0. Also third in assists at 2 per game. It's not necessarily about scoring. He can also score, but Thailand's starting 5 will be Freddie Lish, Atapong, Lila Pipatkul, Pong Sakorn, Jam Sawad, Breunig, and Chanatip Jack Rowan. And Jesu, Bunsum, everybody else coming off the bench for Eduard Torres. So Eduard Torres, the head coach. Eduard Torres hails from Spain, from Barcelona, now 60 years of age. And coaching since 1985. Indonesia, meanwhile, with Jawato, Abraham Grahita, Yudha Saputera, Vincent Kosasi, and Anthony Bean. Rio Gemilang, Charles Guntera, Seputra Wagun, and Wayne is coming off the bench for Johannes Wienar. So Wayner calling shots, and there's Torres telling his guys to make sure they talk, they communicate. Well, the FIBA Asia Cup will be in Saudi Arabia next year. And will these teams make it? They need to get some wins. Johannes Wienar, again, the head coach of Indonesia. Thailand did not play at the last one. Indonesia did, but again, they were the hosts. In fact, Abraham Grahita was the second leading scorer in that team, 9.5 points per game. And now we're going to have a minute of silence following the passing of the former FIBA Asia Secretary General. So Dato Yo Chu Hook was a very important man in basketball, working with FIBA Asia. FIBA Asia Secretary General Emeritus Dato Yeo Chu Hock at the time of his passing. We are underway here in Jakarta in Indonesia. And it's Indonesia with the opening possession, and Bean driving in and getting the foul. And you can see he is exciting. He had his path blocked. 30 years of age, from Illinois. Gets the first to drop. He's played a lot of places, primarily in Europe. Oh, and the next one goes in and out, like the In-N-Out burger. And foul called, gives the ball back. Actually, just a turnover. If you remember Bean, here's Juwato. Might remember Bean from his time when he played for Spiro Basket in the FIBA Europe Cup. Also, Ventspils in the Basketball Champions League. Here's Breunig. And Breunig hit in the face, so he will get free throws. He also played for Lukwal Academic before that. And that was in the 2016 FIBA Europe Cup. Bean had 27 points, 7 rebounds in the opening game. And Breunig, meanwhile, goes to the line and makes the first of 2 free throws. And he gets the second to drop as well. So Thailand take the lead. Some shaking and baking. Bean, skip pass over to Juwato. 5 on the shot clock. Juwato spins, gets inside. There is the tap. Oh, the putback. And not quite there. Breunig has the ball knocked out of his hands. But coming up with it, Atapong Lila Pipukun. And good, tough drive inside by Shanatip Chakrawan. Bean for 3. Count it. How about that? Anthony looking very mean. Bean drills the 3 and is 4-4. Breunig outside. Lish, Freddie Lish off target. Now Juwato crosses midcourt. Juwato getting a lot of ball right now, and the 3-pointer shot and made over Freddie Lish. Grahita, we talked about his scoring and the importance in that lineup. Here's Freddie Lish. And that was delish from Freddie, nodding it. Can't wait for him to get his first assist. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Here goes Anthony Bean. That's a 2. And looks over at, I think he wanted a foul on the shot. And now the turnover, very sloppy. Saputera putting the pressure on the ball handler. Well, they're going to challenge this. They're going to use their challenge here at the start of the game. Eduardo Torres is not going to be happy if he uses his challenge and the other team gets the ball. Usually you see coaches holding on to those until later in the game. Watch this. Zapatero comes up. Oh, yeah. That's definitely Thai basketball. Referees are going to look at that and say, yep, I think that is going to go the other way. The majority of the coaching challenges are on out-of-bounds calls. At least by using it now, Torres knows that he's not going to forget that he has it. He will have used it. Nothing worse for a coach than to finish the game and then realize you haven't used your coach's challenge. Oh my gosh. So they don't have the angle. I think Torres must be perplexed. I think it looked pretty obvious to me that it should have gone the other way, but maybe it was because they couldn't see as the ball was hit what happened before it emerged on the other side of the body. In any event, Roy Kazet is knocked out of his hands. Jawato passes to the wing, and the three-pointer is good, and this Indonesian crowd is into it early. It's exactly what Thailand wanted to avoid. Freddie Lish missing. Jawato. And stepped out of bounds. So Zapatero, the point guard, you don't like to have those possessions where you don't even get a shot off, those empty possessions. But it's amazing how many times guys will step out of bounds. The court looks big, but sometimes it's not. Here's the drive. Brunick has it. Gets it out to the wing. They pass it around. Three-point shot is good. And once again, Shanatip, Jack Rowan showing his skill set. Jawato. Jawato falling after taking the shot, getting hit. So 2 free throws coming for the Indonesian. I wouldn't say he got hit. I might even say, okay, so he had the hand check. Oh yeah, he got him on the wrist. But Jawato, I think, falling just to make sure that he got the call, just to help sell it. Nothing wrong with that. What you don't want to do is try to sell one that is absolutely not a foul. That might get you a technical. Interesting. Shanatip sits down. So he picked up that foul. And almost another turnover. So that was the second foul. That's why Shanatip has, Jack Rowan has gone out of the game. Lila Pitbakul goes out as well. Oh, nice bounce pass to Brunick, who keeps it. He spins, he goes up, he puts it in. Mitteldeutscher, BC player. Actually plays for Giannis Galitas, who coached Latvia in this window. And there is a miss, and it's Lish with the rebound. Here's Freddie, drives in. Oh, That's going to be a charge. Freddie Lish clearly barreling in to the defender and giving the ball back. So that was Grahita taking one for the team. His Indonesian side up 13-12. Here's Bean. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Now quickly up the floor. Oh, Euro step from the young Thai, and the putback by Freddie Lish, who breaks out the guns. Did you see that? It's pretty early for that. Thailand moved in front 14-13. Oh, a little Euro step as well. And, oh, how did Jawato miss that? Because Freddie Lish pulls up from deep and knocks it down. And then he silences the crowd. You can see that Freddie is enjoying engaging with the Indonesian fans. Here he is again, number 3 with the 3. And then the shh signal. And that was Freddie. Watch him break out the guns. Freddie's been in the weight room, hasn't he? And Jawato a little bit upset on his last shot. Had a couple of opportunities, didn't score. Indonesia 1 of 7 inside the arc. Abraham Grahita, number 4, also now in the game. Julian Chalias, the power forward. Look at Freddie Lish. He's averaging 16.7 in these qualifiers. Got some good Freddies playing in Asia. Got Freddie Ibrahim with Georgia. Maybe we'll see those two guys go at it one day. The battle of the Freddies. Here is Bean. And long rebound chased down by Mohamed Guntara. Here's Guntara, left open from the wing. It was on line, but it was a little short. Morang Bong gets it down low. Broynick, well, they pass it. Freddie doesn't strike this time, but he takes another one. Follow through is there, but he doesn't break out the guns this time. And now it's Bean. Grahita with a little runner. Oh, good job hitting it out for another possession by Mohamed Guntara. Here he is again, not interested. Grahita has it knocked away. And as he tries to drive, kind of loses control of the basketball. So Grahita's going to get a well-earned break. Desi Riaz checks into the game. Freddie again. Well, there's so much hype about this young man, and he is living up to it. Definitely an entertainer, Freddie Lish. And the pass outside. That's a long three. You can count that. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Saputera, but then Freddie Lish on fire here at the start of the game. 22-16. "13 points for Freddie Lish. And the putback attempt unsuccessful. Saputera, Yuta Saputera, whistle for the foul. So Yuta Saputera is going to go out. And a turnover on the inbounds. Mid-range, offensive rebound, and putback is good from Julian Chalias. Now Boyne catches it. He's fouled almost immediately by Julian Chalias. Jawado back into the game. Entry pass. Nice finish from Anat Bwanga. Great energy here in Jakarta. They love their basketball. Entry pass. And shooting it well over the rim there, Mohamed Guntara is going to stay at this end with 9 on the shot clock. Mid-range, note, still a 6-point lead for Thailand, and then a foul called. That is 4 fouls in this quarter. Indonesia getting plenty of opportunities. They're just not putting them away. Boyne's going to sit down. Slipping down. He's going to have to hustle to get it across midcourt, but he does. No problem. 3-point attempt. And going the other way. Interesting that Freddie Lish is out of the game, catching a breather. How about Jawado? Goodness me, some hang time. BJ. Look at this. Goes up, twisting, turning. Takes the contact. Take it to the rim, big fella. And he completes the 3-point play. Emmanuel Jesu with the foul. Having just checked into the game. The crowd is into it after Jawado's spectacular drive. The pass, it's all behind the back. Thailand showing some showtime. Guntula doesn't drop. Offensive rebound. Oh, I think they got away with the travel. Looked like he went up and down. Abraham Ronaldo. And the ball turned over, and it's going to lead. Oh. Did he get it up? And that is how the first quarter finishes. Well, if this game is anything, it is entertaining. On a rating of stars from 1 to 5, you give it 5 stars. Thailand leading 26-21 over Indonesia. Thailand, excellent shooting. Not so much for Indonesia, but that's far too good. If Indonesia are going to have a chance to win this game, they're going to have to lock down on defense. Breunig gave his team the early lead, making the free throws. Then good strong drive by Shamati Jakrawan. Then the three-pointer, Anthony Bean. Here he is again. Mr. Bean going to work. Hitting the high arcing shot. And then the turnover. And everything was looking good for Indonesia. But then that three-pointer fell. Breunig got it inside. And then this man, who can't stay out of the highlights, Freddie Lish. Behind the back to a Jesu. And we have got one heck of a humdinger here in Jakarta. Scanning the barcode to get courtside 1891 in your smartphone. And folks, this is just a must-have. Just go ahead and put it in there if you don't have it. I'm pretty sure you do if you're watching this, because there is nothing better on your smartphone than that app when it comes to keeping up with all the great basketball going on in the world, and especially international basketball, and especially during these qualifiers. Freddie Lish back in the game. Oh boy, Thailand are just stroking it from deep. Unbelievable. Nikorn Jayasunuk. 29-21. Jesu Lish, Jayasunuk, Mwangbon, and Phuangla on the court right now. And there is another drive, and Freddie Lish has it. And then Indonesia's 5, you can see. Indonesia, they hosted group phase games at the FIBA Basketball World Cup as Lish gets fouled. Got to be careful, Jawado. You don't want to get unsportsmanlike. And this is clearly a country with an appetite for basketball. You could feel the energy in the crowd. Here's Freddie Lish. Put it up from downtown. My goodness, this guy is unreal. Let's start looking at the record books if he keeps this up. 16 points already and 5 rebounds for Freddie Lish. I keep wanting him to get an assist. Now Freddie Lish is playing some defense. It's probably too early to check this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know that you're interested in it. When it comes to the records, record points haul in an Asian Cup qualifier, Palestine 44 points. Sani Sakakini, that's going to be tough to beat. And that is another long-range bomb. This one from Jawato, who's up for the fight. And in fact, Sani Sakakini, the Palestinian legend, also had 36. He's number 2. There's Freddie Lish. And Jawato gets the rebound and runs. Gets it over to Bean. And an offensive foul called on Jawato. And Jawato maybe could have handed that off to Bean. Oh no, it wasn't on him. It was on the pick. Excuse me. So Chalias not close to being set. But sometimes you've got to, if you're Jawato, you've got to give your man time to set that pick. But then Chalias needs to also read the situation. Is Jawato just going to blow past his man anyway? Which I think might have been the case. Bräunig back in the game. Big German going to work. Spins, turns. What a deft touch that was with the left hand. Bean dribbles it off the foot of Bräunig, who's going in for the two-handed jam. And that's going to lead to a timeout for Indonesia. The Bräunig factor. The Freddie Lish factor. It's all about Thailand right now. Big time dunk from Martin Bräunig, Mitteldeutscher BC star. Going to work here with Freddie Lish.
Come on, guys! Okay, move the ball! Fast, keep moving! Hey, they cannot keep up with your pass, with your speed! They cannot keep up with your speed! But if you hold the ball, they can do it! Hey, move back, take your pass! Move back, take your pass!
So Indonesia want to play a little faster. Let's see if they can get it going in that regard. Already equaled his 8 points that he scored against Australia in that blowout win for Australia. Here's Jawato. And the jump shot is good, coming right out of the timeout by Abraham Grahita. Here's Bräunig. His pass right into the hands of Brandon Jawato. Jawato interested in launching it. He does. Here comes Freddie Lish. We'll crossover. Showing the handles. Oh, great catch, but the finish wasn't there for Shanatip. And Bräunig drives in and gets it to go. Bräunig's mother is from Thailand, so he has a strong connection, obviously. His country. Imagine. He had played for Germany's youth teams, has a German father. And Germany, the reigning world champions. And Bräunig has decided to play for the country of his mother. There is a long shot, no good. Bräunig also played some college basketball in Montana and in Washington. There's a three-point shot, it's good. And right now, it's all Thailand going up by 15 points. Bean. Well, they need Bean to get going. Again, the dump to Bräunig, and he's fouled by Bean. Bräunig is 2.03 meters in height. That's 6 feet 8 inches. But honestly, he looks bigger to me than that. And makes both. When Bräunig played at Montana, in fact, that was after he transferred from Washington. I mean, he had a legendary couple of careers there. Highest scoring ever two-year player at the school. All conference in Big Sky. Here is three-point shot. Oh, and it goes. Looked like it might rattle out, but instead it rattled in. Freddie Lish clangs it off the backboard. Looked like they wanted to get the foul. Anthony Bean, both feet behind the arc. And good, solid rebound. Grahita knocks it down. Abraham. Grahita. This is all about the hustle, getting the second shot, and making sure your feet are set so that when you catch it, you are ready to launch it. And Grahita showing that sweet touch.
Whatever. Get a bad shot. That's what we say. We don't get back. They play zone, all right, so reading right now. Reading. Okay, arms. Remember, forward. We get it. Martin. Hey, don't deny. The pass to Martin rolling. All right?
Well, this is just downright exciting stuff, folks, here in Jakarta, where Indonesia clearly getting a charge from their home crowd, refusing to let this very talented Thai team open up a huge lead. Coming back into it. 43-34, and the key is to keep the momentum for Indonesia. You're hoping this Thai team is going to cool off a little bit because they have been hot. Well, that's an open three that they give away. Bräunig with the rebound. Now over to Freddie Lish. Freddie Lish. His pass inside to Bräunig. Bräunig having himself quite a game. Of course, it's a little bit different than going up against the two-time defending champions of Asia, Australia, and one of the top teams in the world. But nevertheless, it has been an impressive display by Martin Bräunig, who makes just one of two, and the lead is 10 for Thailand. And the ball goes off the hands of Bean and out of bounds. Freddie Lish with the dump. Oh, nice passing from Thailand. Nice play. Shanatip Jakrawan with the pass. Jawato for three. Count it! Brandon! This can work to Indonesia's advantage if they can speed the game up. They've only got 4 seconds to get it across midcourt. There's Jawado. Well, no problem getting it across in time. Running to the corner, wide open. And they just can't keep Breunig off the glass. Martin Breunig is just a beast inside. 6 rebounds, 3 of them offensive for Breunig, who has 17 points. He's now surpassed his teammate, Freddie Lish, who has 16. Breunig now comes up with the loose ball. Into the corner, feet set, off the back of the iron again, and if it's not Breunig getting rebounds, it's his teammate, number 31, Shanatip Jakrawan. Another 3 attempt, and that is good. Nakakin Muangboon. It's back to a 51-37 lead. Now the turnover, Breunig, sweet pass to Freddie Lish. And Freddie Lish finishes. He's got 18. Indonesia speeding it up and getting the bucket and 1. That's just a great finish. Maybe getting the benefit of the call, a little bit of a push. So the three-point play, an encouraging sign for Indonesia, but it is all about the rhythm of this game. The issue they're having right now are getting those defensive rebounds. Here's Freddie Lish. And this time they do take care of business. Grahita dishes it down low. Nice finish from the big fella, who's overmatched, and he's going to get whistled for the foul. Vincent Kosasi just scored at the other end, and here he is, just in fairness, all over. Look at him wrapping up Breunig. You can battle, but you can't do the bear hug. Muangboon gets a lesson from Coach Torres as he goes out. Here's Breunig. Breunig with 18 points. Now he's going to take the second. And makes them both. Three-point look from the wing, misses everything. Freddie Lish. Ball knocked out of the hands of Breunig by Jawato. Here's Breunig going up against Kosasi, tries to get it to Lish, but the dish to Lish goes out of bounds. Oh boy, got away with that one. Kosasi able to get it. Grahita for three. Front and back of the rim. And now Thailand. Freddie Lish with the dish to Breunig. And the foul called. This is just a thankless task for Kosasi to have to guard Breunig, who is an absolute beast inside. Again, his mother from Thailand, his father from Germany. Breunig played for Germany's youth teams. Also played college basketball in America. Started out at Washington, finished up at Montana in the Big Sky. The big fella then came back to Europe and now is a big-time player in the easy credit basketball Bundesliga with Mitteldeutsche. And free throw no good. Freddie Lish not able to save it. He's averaging in Germany 11.1 points, 4.9 rebounds per game, Martin Breunig. Jawato. Breunig trying to post up. Here's Freddie going behind the back. Freddie drives in, dishes, and scores. Breunig. So Lish with another dish, and it's 58-42. Thailand on top of Indonesia. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Breunig was looking over at the ref. Aren't you going to call the foul? I'm grabbing him. Watch this. I mean, the question I've got, no offense to Breunig, but is that a basketball play? Is he actually playing the basketball? He's trying to get the foul called. I suppose it would be harsh to call that unsportsmanlike. Jawato gets rejected right at the end. And what a first half for Thailand. This looks like a team that might go on and qualify for the FIBA Asia Cup. Who knows? With Freddie Lish and Martin Breunig especially, anything is possible. Thailand lead at 58-42 over Indonesia at halftime. Well, it's just unbelievable shooting percentages, really, for Thailand. Look at that, almost 50% from deep, but 68% inside the arc. And Indonesia just don't have any answers on defense. And the only way they can get some success here is speed the game up, probably. Grahita with 13 points to lead the host. Breunig with 22. Who knows? Maybe he'll finish as the Asia Cup qualifiers all-time leading scorer if he keeps this up. Of course, the guy that was doing the scoring early on was Freddie Lish. Jawato has done his bit. Seems like they need to emphasize Bean a little bit more in this team. Breunig capitalizing on the turnover. Nice spin move by Martin Breunig. And from the wing, Thailand just getting it done. Left, right, and center. Oh, nice drive from Bean. He does have 8 points. And then that three-pointer made it interesting, but then Lish, and look at the touch passing. Just good team play by Thailand. This was Freddie Lish going to work on the drive. That was nice. Bounce pass and the finish from Kosasi. But look at the dish there from Lish. And Thailand on top, in command at halftime.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they'd do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Looks to bring it. Just drops it in transition for two. And Darwich again.
And that's going to be good if it goes, and it does! Well, that silences the crowd, and a big-time pass, heads-up pass there by Bowen.
They have to get this away upstairs for the lob. Is good on the pass and the finish. Dickerson gets his first 2 points. Oh, and here's the steal. Breakaway showtime. Throwing it down. Qatar on a run. Babaka. 5 points for him back to back. Rising up to the cup. Kaboom.
Here's Vodanovic on the burst, and how about the two-handed hammer from Soto? Gilas Pilipinas pile driver, getting the fans on their feet, and Philippines up by 6. Chisholm looking for the handoff this time. Gets it back, nice play again, and the cram jam for Chisholm. And Bahrain in full flow and flying high, lead by 5. 17 the leads, and they're flying forward again. Big strong attack met at the rim for the 10-foot tall denial. Taylor Britt, oh my goodness! Taylor Britt taking all the attention of the defense, and the highlight play behind the vertebrae from the point guard.
Tucker picks up his dribble over to the right side. Dwyer in the middle. Oh, behind the back pass and the finish! What an acrobatic play there by Dwyer to get the pass to Abbas, who's fouled and will go to the line to shoot the M1.
Ross almost loses it. It's turned over. And again, China on the run. And again, it's that man, Zhenfang Bo, jamming it home. And I thought there might even be a chance for a quick heave at the end. But what a finish to that half from the Chinese.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
So the top scorer for Indonesia is Grahita. $14 points for him. So he's 3 of 4 from deep, 5 of 7 overall from the floor. Then you had Broinder going to work, which is saying something that he's got 22 points, because it looked like Freddie Lish was going to go out and score a Asia Cup qualifiers record when he scored 16 points really quickly. But since that point, Broinder has just taken over, and he's got 22 points. So 58-42, Thailand on top of Indonesia at halftime. It's to be disappointing for Indonesia, because with their lineup that they brought into this window, they would have circled this game on their calendar as a must-win. And so far, things have not gone according to plan for them. And also bearing in mind how well they played in their previous game against Korea, when they led, coming up, a few minutes into the fourth quarter, only to fall 86-78. So there's still time for them to turn things around, but they've got to figure some things out. And I suppose really one of the bigger issues for them is, how do you cope with the size inside of Thailand? And that has been a huge problem, being out rebounded 24-18. Thailand have 26 points in the paint. They're just 10 for Indonesia, so that just shows you the advantage that they've got. And they've also got more depth. 13 points coming off the bench, just 2 for Indonesia. And even one area where you thought maybe Indonesia would be beating them would be fast break points, but not so fast. 13 fast break points for the visitors. Thailand, 8 for Indonesia. And as strange stats go, it's actually Indonesia that has the advantage in the offensive rebounds, with 9 compared to 7 for Thailand. But I guess when you're not missing your shots, as Thailand have been putting theirs away, there aren't that many offensive rebounds to grab. That's probably one way you can rationalize it. But 20 minutes to go, and that's the thing about basketball, 40-minute games. And when you weave in the aspect of this being national team basketball as well, and you get this crowd involved, anything is possible for Indonesia here in the second half. So Grahita had 15 against Korea. He's got 14 today. But it's more about the way this game has to be played. Just forget the scores. It's all about the rhythm. It's about beating them up and down the floor and limiting their opportunities. When they miss, you've got to get the rebound and go quickly. There's Freddie Lish. You can see Lish has the 4 assists, but he's also was Thailand's primary scorer. He's got 18 points, but then Broinig just kind of started dominating. He hasn't missed from the floor, and I'm sure the basketball fans back in Germany will be paying attention to Martin, seeing how he's done today. Of course, Germany lost at Sweden in their first game in that thriller of a comeback by Sweden. So following their disappointing end at the Olympics, where they lost in the semifinals and then in the bronze medal game to Serbia, Germany have gone from the high of winning the World Cup now to the low of trying to rebound a little bit. New coach, everything else. But Martin Broinig, he doesn't care about that. He's here with his Thai national team, trying to make a difference here in the FIBA Asia Cup, trying to get them to the Asia Cup. And if Thailand were to qualify for the FIBA Asia Cup, without a doubt, Martin Broinig would be one of the stars of that competition coming in. He would be one of the headline names. Scan the barcode to get the Asia Cup Qualifiers app in your smartphone. What a great resource that is. Second half action is underway with Indonesia attacking here at the beginning. Bean gets it to Juwato, who almost isn't good enough with the three-pointer. Ball deflected. Picking it up is Thailand, and then hitting the three, Pong Se Kom, JM Saud. James Sawad, rather, excuse me. So a real uphill battle, especially when the other team banks in a three-pointer at the start of the third quarter. You got qualifying games, continental qualifying games going on all around the world: Africa, Asia, Europe, Americas. And I was watching a game in Africa last night. Cameroon got way up on Rwanda, and you would have thought Rwanda would have been out of it, and yet they really dug in, hustled. Similarly, something that this Indonesia team could do, but I think it kind of helped them because Cameroon switched off, and I'm not sure that Thailand are going to switch off in this game, not with Eduardo Torres over there on the bench. And that three-pointer no good, but the long rebound goes to Jawato. Here's Grahita. Abraham Grahita. Alley-oop pass, and the foul has been called. So free throws now coming for Indonesia. And that would be the other thing that could help them, is if they could get them to get to the free throw line, get the clock stopped. So there might be a clock issue that they have to resolve. So the teams are going to retreat to their benches. So while we have a break, why don't we go over some of the scores that we've had in these Asian qualifiers, with Japan rolling to a big win over Mongolia and then beating Guam in a much closer game, 83-78 earlier today. Korea, we talked about them beating Indonesia with the late show coming from behind in the fourth quarter, 86-78. And today they fell to Australia 98-75. And one of the talking points of that Australia game was the performance of one Chris Goulding, who had an unbelievable shooting performance from deep. He hit 10 3-pointers, 10 of 16, as Australia scored 98 points and qualified, punched their ticket rather, for the Asia Cup. No surprise that they're going. They are one of the top teams in international basketball. Remember, they almost beat Serbia. They lost in overtime at the Olympics, did Australia. So we've also had Chinese Taipei winning over Hong Kong, China on day one, 85-55. They will be up against the Philippines very soon. In fact, that game would be tipping off in the next half hour. Philippines riding the high of their win. So the game is temporarily suspended. So yeah, they are Philippines riding the high of their win over New Zealand. First time they beat the Tall Blacks. Won that game 93-89. You had China winning over Guam. So game suspended due to a technical issue on the score for Indonesia. Whatever that means. All I know is that we have a delay. This gives Freddie Lish a chance to sit down and relax a little bit. You can see that Martin Broynick isn't switching off. So as I said already, Australia and Japan winning Australia qualifying, and it is a scoreboard issue here today. So that's what the issue is. One of the talking points, good to see Yudai Nishida back in the Japan squad. He came out and played, averaging 21 points, 7.5 rebounds, 13 three-pointers, 7 against Mongolia and 6 against Guam. So that was quite a decision by Tom Hovass to call Nishida up, to have him come out and really get it done. So again, we know that Australia have booked their place already at the FIBA Asia Cup, and Japan also have qualified for the FIBA Asia Cup. Still working on the scoreboard here, trying to figure out what it is, what the gremlin is, and the referee's going to go over again and check on things. So these things happen from time to time, and it's not what you want as a coach. And the one thing you wonder is, might it disrupt the rhythm of Thailand, who are kind of cruising right along, everything going their way? And that's the challenge that goes along with something like this. You have to maintain that mental concentration, come out and get it done. And don't forget, folks, if you're a lover of basketball, you definitely want to watch this Philippines team play today that's going up against Hong Kong, China. It's going to be a big game for the Philippines, who seem to have now got some wonderful momentum. You know, they hosted the FIBA Basketball World Cup. They did get a win there, but it didn't go according to plan. They kind of pushed the reset button. And to good effect, it has to be said, because coming into this window, I knew that they were optimistic that they could come out and they could win against New Zealand with Coach Cone. And really, I think the installation of Cone as coach, if you go back to how well they played when they took on the field at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Riga, Tim Cone has been terrific, and he's just been very optimistic that this thing is moving in the right direction. You know, you're going to have injuries, you're going to have, but the one thing that you have in the Philippines that gives them a huge advantage over, I think, a lot of other countries is the enthusiasm for the sport. And that enthusiasm brings pressure, which can be negative at times, but it also is relentless, and it means you got to keep working at it until you get it right. And it looks like the Philippines have actually figured some things out. And obviously the maturation of Kai Soto has been huge for them. And Cone has not been afraid to shake up the lineup and bring some players back that maybe were off, that were on the radar, then they were off the radar. But you look at who they've got now with Chris Newsom playing big minutes. Scotty Thompson played almost 33 minutes in the win over New Zealand. Soto obviously is a real star, had the double-double with 19 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. He's playing professionally in Japan, one of the Filipinos over there. Junmar Fajardo has the size and experience. CJ Perez, Calvin Oftana, Dwight Ramos, another Japan-based player. Justin Brownlee, who has kind of taken over that naturalized spot. And I'll tell you what, it would be a brave man to take him out of that role right now, considering how well he's playing. He had that sensational performance at the Olympic qualifying tournament in Riga. Don't forget, where the Philippines had an unbelievable tournament. They didn't win it, but they certainly made their mark being Latvia. And this is a team that you want to keep watching. And what better thing to do today than to watch them play. Of course, you got games all over in the other regions as well that are going to be worth your time. So Qatar were a big winner in this group, in this round as well. Iran were given a 20-0 win over Kazakhstan, who penalized with a forfeit. That's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. United Arab Emirates fell to Lebanon, 99. UAE falling 99-77 to Lebanon. And, you know, when you talk about Lebanon, again, you can't not talk about how well this team played at the last FIBA Asia Cup. And are we going to see Lebanon continue to be a force in Asia? And I think so. I mean, again, it's the same situation that you have with the Philippines. There is a lot of enthusiasm, which can bring good pressure, bad pressure for Lebanon, but there's definitely pressure. But they had Amari Spellman, who seems to be playing better now. He did well the other day against UAE with 19 points. Sergio Eldarwich came back, had 7 rebounds, 15 points. Ali Haidar had 14 points. And of course, Wael Arakchi, their Superman. He had 16 points and 7 rebounds. Well, Indonesia trying to make it back again for the FIBA Asia Cup. Played in 2022. They had also played 2011, 2009, so it's not like they're strangers, just that they haven't had as much success of late. And for Thailand, for them to make it back to the FIBA Asia Cup, that would be cause for celebration. And the addition of Bräunig seems like it could be a real factor for them doing just that, making it back. Just double checking something here with respect to Thailand. So Thailand were at the Asia Cup in 2013. Okay, so when they finished 14th, and they were before that it was 2001. So they had a good run of FIBA Asia Cup appearances, really, in the history of the FIBA Asia Cup from 1965 all the way through 2013. It's just since that point their appearances have dried up. But they look like they could be a team that's going to get it done. And very frustrating. Apologies, everybody, for this out of our control. The game temporarily suspended due to a technical issue with the scoreboard. When you reflect back on the FIBA Asia Cup 2022, that was actually here in Jakarta, but not actually in this arena because it wasn't completed yet. They were still building it for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. You could see that it was under construction when we would go to the other arena. And it was played at the Istora Senayan. And there were some memorable games in that tournament, and especially for Indonesia. You might remember Marquise Bolden played for the team. They beat Saudi Arabia. (80-54) in that first game, and that got everybody excited. And Bolden had 32 points, 16 rebounds, plus 48 efficiency in that game. But what you don't want to do is have a naturalized player that just becomes the sole focus of your team. And it feels like with Bean in this team that they're very conscious of the fact that they want to have, you know, they want to win as a team. It's not to say they weren't winning as a team with Bolden, but I think you get my drift. You have to have that extra emphasis on everybody, making sure that everybody's contributing, everybody's playing, everybody's developing. Okay, so thankfully it looks like we're going to restart things, and the expression has not changed on the face of the coach of Indonesia, Johannes Winar. Well, so far the signs are good. That's going to help Indonesia because they come right out and hit the free throw. Kosasi makes both free throws. Vincent Kosasi maybe try to get him to the free throw line more often. That was promising. Now the big question is, has there been any impact on the play of, well, no, they get an offensive rebound, and that has been a big issue. Here's Freddie Lish from downtown, and he hits a three, and what can you say about downtown Freddie? Takes it back up to a 20-point lead. I think the world is going to have to see a Freddie Ibrahim v. Freddie Lish showdown. That would get me excited. The battle of the Freddies. Well, they do a good job here getting it down low, but Kosasi not able to convert. And then an air ball is put up by Thailand's Muang Bung. And Vincent's going to have to go out. Vincent Kosasi, he hurt himself. Hopefully not too bad. Looks like it might be muscular, maybe a cramp. But that was just after he hit the 2 free throws. Here's a shot from deep. And Boyning with the rebound. Oh boy, another 3 for Freddie. And Freddie's starting to heat up again. I think somebody put a bug in his ear about getting the record in the qualifiers. He's got 24 points. Bean misses. And here's Freddie again on the break. Freddie lays it off. And Thailand showing no signs of slowing down. They go up 69-44. Timeout called by Johannes. Johannes Wiener, and all smiles on the bench for Thailand.
Locate the shooter, please shooter. Number 6 Jaisano situ shooter. Baca di situ. Dapat bola, Hasri dapat bola,
So Thailand commit the foul. You look at Thailand's next games. Here's a jump shot, and that is good from Jawato. So Thailand, if they hold on to this and win, they will go to 2-2. There is a long 3, no good. And the foul committed down low. Thailand will play Korea on February 20th, and then they will play at Australia on February 23rd. Here's a 3 ball. That's give and go, and the bucket is good. Pong Sekom, JM Saiwood with the bucket. Jawato for 3, that's good. 71-50. Could this be setting the stage for an incredible comeback by Indonesia? And another 3-pointer for Freddie Lish. I think what we got to start doing, folks, is keeping an eye on Freddie and see where he is with respect to the record books, because he's got 27 points and there's still a long way to go in this one. Remember, Sani Sakikani had the 44 points. Chalias, with Kosasi out of the game, goes up and scores. It's a 22-point lead for Thailand. So Thailand will play Korea next, and that will be at home, presumably in Bangkok. But that shapes up to be quite an interesting game, especially if the team plays as well as it has today. Remember, Indonesia gave Korea a hard time. There is a turn and the foul called. So an and-one coming for Thailand. Lawan at the line. And again, that problem of rebounding at this end of the floor comes to the fore again. Here's Breunig. Has to put it up in the end. With the shot clock about to expire, Jawato saves it inbounds. And Jawato looks down disdainfully. Oh, it just kind of nudges Pong Sekam, who was making a real nuisance of himself. And Jawato was not having it. 24-point lead, though. And good job coming up with the basketball, but then the telegraph pass. And Grahit is going to be upset, or excuse me, it's going to be Saputera is upset with himself for telegraphing the pass, and the man that was getting under the skin of Brandon Jawato is now going to the free throw line. Both free throws good, and you got to say number 11 looks the part. 78-52. Being back in the game. Oh, nice bounce pass. Now they get after it. The loose ball is Freddie Lish. Comes up with it. Now the pass intercepted by Bean, and he kind of loses it. Oh, stepping in and committing the foul, number 34, Pandu Waguna. So Thailand rolling to a big win. It looks like up 27 points. And the reach and the foul called on number 24. Manat, Sawi, Budong. Good rebound. Chalia, they stay with it, but finishing touch eludes them. Free throw is good. Well, this guy has been very effective for Thailand. We're talking a lot about Broinik, but Shanatip Jakrawan has been very influential himself. He's got 8 rebounds to go with his 9 points. Also 4 assists, so. There's a drive and a bucket by Grahita. (81-54), 12 minutes, 45 seconds. Broinik with the foul. Oh, a flop has been called on Chalias, and Broinik is going to go to the free throw line. So Broinik getting the boos. Well, really the referee. The issue that they're having with the technical difficulties was the shot clock, apparently, instead of the scoreboard. But anyway, another bucket for Jakrawan, who just continues to have a great game. (11 points, 9 rebounds. Jawato for 3. Broinik saves it in bounds. And oh, almost a foul. 3-pointer, and this Thailand team is really just shooting lights out. Jai Sanuk just knocking that one down. Well, can't trade buckets when you're down 30 points. If you're Indonesia, you got to get stops at some point, and it's not easy when your opponent is just having the type of performance they are today from a shooting standpoint. 13 of 27 from 3-point range. Well, that'll fill the fans with hope. Grahita knocking down the 3. Gets it back to a 29-point deficit with 11 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Here's Freddie Lish. Oh, shaking and baking. Freddie. Steady, Freddie. Freddie's worth the price of admission, I think. He's really fun to watch. He's got 29 points. Oh my. Grahita. Another bucket. Oh, Grahita's getting his part done. Abraham Grahita with 20 points. Just that he needs some help. Nice strong play. Chanati Jakrawan, who has been communicating a lot, you could see, with Broinik, making sure he's familiar with the strategy, the tactics, and this is a guy that you need to watch. High Tech Basketball Club center. He's a veteran. Came in averaging 8.7 points, 6.3 rebounds, so he is above his average in both of those categories. Makes the free throw, looks good there. He's played for the senior team going all the way back to 2016. He averaged 15 points per game in the 2021 Asia Cup qualifiers and 8.8 rebounds. I remember him being quite a force then. Kind of takes a back seat in terms of the limelight to the likes of Bräunig and Freddie Lisch. Laguna goes out. Uh-oh. Somebody forgot to play defense, and then we missed the layup. Oh, that's frustrating for Yuda Supotera. Freddie Lisch says, I'm going to show you how it's done. He pulls up, and that was short, but he gets it back. Whips it to the corner, and how about that? Lisch gets credit for another dish, and it's Thailand leading at 94-60. They will definitely hit the century mark today. Shot clock or game clock about to expire. And Grahita puts it up too far, but a 34-point lead for Thailand. I don't think anybody saw this coming, myself included. This decisive, but Thailand have just been superior today, especially with their shooting stroke. They've been knocking them down. 3 quarters in the books, 94-60, Thailand on top of Indonesia. Fourteen to 28 from three-point range for Thailand, 18 to 28 inside the arc, and also shooting well from the free throw line. It's all one-way traffic right now, folks. I mean, we're seeing some good plays. A little bit of offense from Indonesia, but at the other end, Freddie Lisch and co. are just knocking them down, one right after the other. Chale is scoring there. But for Indonesia, it's been a long afternoon, or a long evening. So fourth quarter action underway. Remember, we had a lengthy delay when they tried to sort out a technical issue. But Thailand, people from Chiang Mai to Koh Samui and Bangkok must be thrilled with what they've been watching today on TV, because Thailand have been the real deal. Although that shot was not what we've been seeing from them today. They've been knocking down most of their attempts. Three-point look. Saputera missing. Breunig, who has the Thai mother, playing for Thailand. Again, in case you didn't hear me say it earlier, he had played for Germany's youth teams, but never for the senior team. And I think probably was thrilled to suit up for Thailand. I don't know if he reached out to them or if somebody heard and reached out to him. But I think right now it's clearly an opportunity for Indonesia to get this scoreline looking a little more respectable. Sapatera for three. Not bad at all. That gets it back to a 30-point deficit. 11 points, 9 assists. It's kind of bizarre when you look at some of these numbers for Indonesia, because you're going to see some impressive stats like that. 11 points, 9 assists. You know, he might end up getting a double-double, but really that's kind of insignificant when you get blown out. And you almost wonder how you do have it, but defensively is where this team just has to be better. I mean, you can't give up 96 points or 94 points by the end of the third quarter. That's just not going to get it. There's Lish getting it back. That's a killer right there if you're Indonesia. Absolute killer. There's no way in the world Freddie Lish should be able to get that basketball after the miss, and it leads to a three-pointer. Now Freddie Lish reaches in and knocks it away. Freddie Lish rhymes with delish, I guess. That was a delicious shot. 31 points, 9 rebounds for Freddie, because he got Sani Sakakini in his sights, who had the record 44 points. Let's go back and check this out again. Here's the three-point attempt. Oh my. I mean, these guys, I don't know what they had for breakfast, but whatever it was, it did not hurt their shooting, because they have been lights out today. Look at this again. Skip pass. I mean, it's not just one or two players, it's everybody. It's knocking down three-pointers. Left, right, center. They've got 104 points now, and they are on fire. 15 of 31 from deep. Bear in mind, Chris Goulding hit 10 threes today for Australia. So Freddie Lish with 31 points. So let's go back and look at this again. Sani Sakakini had 44, which is the record in the Asian Cup qualifiers. You had 36 points also scored by Sakakini. So Sakakini scored 44 against Kazakhstan. You might remember in that thriller of a game that was played on February 21st, 2020, which Kazakhstan won. And then Sakakini had 36. Again, he really sucked it to Sri Lanka in a 129-74 win. And then the third leading scorer was from Syria, Trey Kill III, in a defeat to Qatar. He had 35. So, I mean, you know, if Freddie keeps it going, he could easily get into that top three, maybe even top two, and who knows. Right now, he is level with Kendall Dykes, who's 9th. He scored 31 for Palestine when they lost to Jordan 88-77 back in June of 2021. Freddie trying to get it, but Grahita, or Saputera, gets it and passes to the corner and knocking it down was number 19, Guntura. Breunig has it knocked out of his hands, but he's fouled as he turns. Vincent Kosasi, who's back in the game. It's interesting that the African record also by Walter Hodge, or the Americans record, excuse me, by Walter Hodge of Virgin Islands. He had 44 points. The record in Africa, 39 points by Robinson Opong. That was earlier this year in a game against Nigeria. And David Kramer with an out of nowhere 43 points for Germany the other night against Sweden, a game that Germany lost incredibly right at the end. So just because you get a great scoring game doesn't necessarily mean that your team's going to win. Saw it with both Sakakini and Kramer. 106-69. Jawato gets the baseline, passes to the corner, and it doesn't drop. Jawato kind of spurned a potential layup for an attempt from 3 for his teammate, but more and more we see that in basketball these days. Taking the 3, the ball gets away. Ball got away from Shanatit Jakrawan, but Indonesia couldn't control it. You know, from an entertainment standpoint, this game has been really good. You look at both Thailand and Indonesia, some of the stuff they've been able to do. But clearly, you know, the aim of these two teams is to get better, and they need to get better defensively. And Thailand, they obviously really have their sights set on qualifying for the FIBA Asia Cup. It's kind of a crazy shot. Jawato puts up another 3. Well, Freddie Lish's opportunities are drying up. If he's going to get the record, he needs to start putting the ball up. Here he goes. Breunig seems resigned to not getting the record himself. Here's Freddie. Oh, Freddie, you got to make that. And he doesn't. I don't think Freddie can quite believe he didn't make it. Well, Freddie is not young. Born in 1988. 36 years of age. That's okay. He's big time. You'd have to say he's one of the best players in this Thai team, without a doubt. Here's a drive, and Jawato not getting any love after the contact. Look at Breunig handle the ball. Out, in, nice cut. Look at Breunig, just makes the easy play, the smart play. Hands it off. Gets it to Pongasord, Jayan Sawad. Kosasi missing with a little turnaround, and another rebound for Breunig, who's going to finish with a monster game today. He's got 24 points, 15 rebounds, Oh, Grahita's going to sit down. Disappointment for Indonesia, and really it's just got to be about getting better defensively as a team to be more competitive. Here's the dump. You know, Indonesia will be surprised because of how well they did against Korea, leading them into the fourth quarter. So to then come out against Thailand, who you would think wouldn't be as good as Korea, and to give up 110 points with still 3.5 minutes left, that has to be a disappointment. Well, sadly, the bid for Lish to get to the record books is not going to happen because he's on the bench. And also Brojnik signs off with 16 rebounds to go with his 24 points and 4 steals, plus 38 efficiency. Freddie Lish also plus 38, 31 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. He was flirting with a triple-double. And I can tell you, you would think that coaches aren't aware of triple-doubles or, you know, chances to get these records, and they're not aware and they probably don't care. But that's not necessarily true. I remember when, as you look at this break here, Emma Messaman had already left a game at the FIBA Women's Eurobasket, the last FIBA Women's Eurobasket in Slovenia, and the coach put her back in when word got down to him that she could have a triple-double. And sure enough, she got the triple-double. Emma Messaman, one of the best players in the world in international basketball, in basketball. So that game, it was in the quarterfinals, Emma Messaman against Serbia at the FIBA Women's Eurobasket in Ljubljana, when she finished with 15 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. So she checked back in to get that 10th assist. So yeah, sometimes coaches are aware of what the situation is. Nice move. And you think it might not be a big deal, but that is a stat, if you get a triple-double, that people are going to talk about for a long time. And that can only help you as a national team program, just to put your head in the limelight. That's Rashid Messiaen, who's the head coach of the Belgian women's team. So kudos to him. Maybe Torres, if somebody told him about the potential records, he would get his guys back in there. Anyway, it's Thailand cruising 110-71. They dump it down low, and the bucket. And it has just been complete domination. 112-71. Thailand on top. Well, disappointment for the coach. No two ways about it. So again, Thailand, their next game is going to be against Korea, and that'll be on February 20th. That has not been announced where that game will be played yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be in Bangkok, and Thailand will have to travel to Australia. So they'll be setting their sights on, I think, getting an upset of Korea following this performance. And Indonesia, well, I think this has been a dose of reality for them. It's just hard to connect the dots when you push Korea as close as they did and then come out and get blown out the way they have today. But they will be in Australia next. That'll be on February 20th. And then they'll return home to host Korea. So the final seconds ticking off the clock, and Thailand are going to get the win. They're going to improve to 2-2 and boost their chances of getting to the FIBA Asia Cup. And back to the drawing board for Indonesia. Martin Breunig comes out, and boy, what a window he's had, and just brings that professionalism to the table. It's 112-71. Thailand win it over Indonesia. Be very interesting to get his thoughts after this window and see what his thought process is. But I would assume he is locked in with Thailand moving forward. See if they can get to the Asia Cup and he can get that Continental Championship experience on his CV, on his resume. Just total domination. 16 threes for Thailand, 3 more than Indonesia, but also inside. Look at the rebounding. I mean, they nearly doubled them up, 53-35. Lish with the 31, Breunig 24. Jaisanuk had 16, so that was a very impressive performance. Well, this game, which had a delay in the second half, an unfortunate delay, finally got going again, and that delay did not knock Thailand out of their stride. If anything, it helped them, because they just played much even better than they had. Freddie Lish was hooping and scooping, and it just felt like his play and the play of Breunig was contagious, because everybody in the Thai team was playing well. Indonesia, nevertheless, gave their fans some thrills, but not enough, as they crashed to a heavy defeat. So, all said and done, Indonesia dropped to 0-4. Thailand improved to 2-2. It's Australia that have already punched their ticket. And for the Asia Cup, also Japan have done it. I think we mentioned that earlier. So that's it from Jakarta, where Thailand had taken the short trip, and they have cruised to victory with Freddie Lish, Martin Breunig, and co.